A friend gave me her old coffee maker because she knows I like to fix things. It was in pretty good shape. Still had the craft. It did not have the light on as the indicator, and it wasn't making hot water. But I thought it'd be a good project to find out what was wrong. What we'll need is a multimeter that can be used as a continuity checker, or at least check resistance. Some pliers, pretty much any kind will work fine. Screwdriver, and the fuses. I got these fuses as a pack of 5, including shipping, 99 cents. First we got to do is unplug the unit. Don't want any shocks. And then get this ready for disassembly. First we'll turn it upside down to get access to the bottom plate where the screws are. And through the magic of video, I'm going to be quicker than you could ever possibly be in getting this off. Otherwise, you'd be pretty bored by now. But this plate is going to give us access to the elements at the bottom of the unit. Here are 2 of the sensors for the heating. This is the one where the problem was. This one was okay, so we're not going to check that again. So I will remove the clip that holds the fuse against the heating element there. Actually, it's against the water tube, but combination heating element. Clip is 2 parts. One holds it against the element, and the other one actually holds on to the fuse part. And now we're going to remove the fuse part from the clip. Have to get that clip off in order to get the heat protecting covering off. Now I had done this before, so I partially reassembled it just to make sure that everything was okay. So as I pull this out, you can see that the clip wasn't holding on to it. Now let's go ahead and put that heat resistant tubing back in place so we don't forget to do it the next time. But this is what the connector will look like after you squeezed it in the opposite direction. If it's flat, squeeze it 90 degrees from the flatness and it'll open up like that. We'll go ahead and put the new fuse in place. Give you an idea of what we're supposed to see here. Now, using the multimeter, we're going to turn it to some resistance measuring and turn it on. And the idea, if it's not sensing anything, you're going to see a 1 there. And then we're going to connect it to the good fuse that I've already replaced here. And you will see that it's going to give me something other than 1, and that's good. That's what we want. So let's show you what would happen if you used a bad fuse. Now I kept the fuse that I replaced. We're going to use that for this demonstration and hooking it back together. Doesn't really matter for the polarity. And guess what we're going to find? Yeah, a 1. So that was bad. I kind of knew that because I'm the one making the video. So anyway, so now we know that we have a good fuse in place here. We're going to crimp it in place, or show you an example of how I would have uncrimped it if I was removing the old fuse. Now we put it in place and give it another good crimp. We were double checking that the heat tubing was already on the wire so we don't have to undo it later. And let's go ahead and thread the fuse assembly back into the heat resistant tubing. And give a crimp on this end of the fuse. Just flatten it out just a little bit more. And once we have all the bare wires all covered, we're going to put the clamp or the attachment back on, little clip, and we're going to find where the there it is, where the fuse is in it. We want to clip right over that. So we're conducting heat right to that area from the um, heating element for the water. And basically we just put the clip over the tubing and just give it a push. You can go ahead and do it from the top angle and then just rotate it in place also. It doesn't have to be in the perfect position as you're starting. And just takes a few seconds, and there we are. Putting the top back on, and through the magic of video, we escape boredom once again. Faster than humanly possible. Gosh, I wish I could do this in real life. And then we are back to finding out what we have. So we take the unit, turn it back on the way it's supposed to be, plug it back in place. We have a fully functioning coffee maker, good as new, for a grand total of about 20 cents. What do you think? Please subscribe and share to help disabled pets get mobility carts.